shopping for the party tonight?
Whoa. It's too good just to run out on me.
Yeah, sweaty.
It's okay.
Come on now. 6:45. The limo will be here. Do not forget.
Okay. Yo, it's Marvin Guns, man. Speak.
What up? It's Darnell Walker. We're doing our annual top 10 list for most influential hip-hop artists. Just want to check some facts if you got a minute.
Okay, so where do I rank this year?
Number 3. You up 2 places. Yo, I heard so many stories, dog. How'd you really choose your name?
Well, it went down like this, man. As a kid, I loved Monopoly. Everybody loved it. You know what I'm saying? And my family, we played it all the time, and everybody wanted Boardwalk, and everybody wanted Park Place. But me, I loved Marvin Gardens.
Right.
Because Marvin Gardens was a sleeper. It was a primo piece of property. It was the best spot on the board to me, you know what I'm talking about? And who always got their hotel first but me? So that's how I got my name.
Was anything to that rumor that your label rejected your first tape you delivered?
Oh, no, listen, that's exactly what it is, man. It's a rumor, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, they ain't even heard the record yet. And when they hear the record, they're gonna be kissing my feet. You understand it? Look, listen, I got Chuck-a-Muck on the track. I got Lil Jolly on the track. I got Kid Bang on the track. This record is a monster.
Man, that's gonna be off the hook. Hey, yo, I know you're busy. Just one more question. If you lost it all right now, what would you do?
I'd probably play a whole lot more video games, you know what I mean? No doubt about it.
Yeah,
But listen, man, holler at me later, okay?
You got it. Hey, thanks for your time.
Okay, Darnell. Peace. That's a good job, man, but listen. Okay, but what you do? Hit the green. And the green. Hit the red. Boom! Good job, man. You know we got youth basketball in the hour, though, right? Good. 10 more minutes on this, okay?
When you're at the top of your game, like Marvin Gardens, the only thing left to conquer is fear. Fear that your success won't last. Maybe, just maybe, you might fall back into a life you once escaped.
Lighten up. Trying to kill him?
It's what this scumbag deserves.
All right, that's enough. I'm sure you can appreciate the officer's passion. You cap his partner. It's like killing family.
What are you talking about? I'm not a cop killer.
No? Well, right now, you're the only suspect we got.
Traveling to another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are only that of the imagination. You're entering the Twilight Zone.
So I'm in Barney's, and they got these new pants for white girls with padding sewn into the tush. Can you believe it? And they're paying extra to put it on. You had another one of those visions, didn't you? Marvin, you've been having these for weeks now.
Look, it's nothing. It's just pressure from making this record. You mind if we stay home tonight?
Whatever. But I really think that you should see a psychiatrist.
I am not seeing a shrink. Don't ask me to. I did all this on my own. I don't need people thinking that I can't keep it together.
What, you think you're gonna lose your street cred? Is that it? Baby, listen. It's not your image that people love. It's your music. It's your soul.
kills me to see you suffer like this. All right, you hear me? Okay, then smile.
If you hit this today, it's on.
Hey, let's make it happen.
Yo, what's up, baby? What's up, man? Chuck, what's happening, man?
I'm all right, I'm all right.
Good?
Man. You ready to hit this? Let's do the chorus, man.
Hey, let's do it. Let's go.
Make it happen.
Hey, yo, roll it, man.
I can't help it.
All right, here we go.
Don't accept it. Just give me the weed.
Five, man, go like this.
Spell my name correct.
When I die, I wanna be high. Never worry, just bury me along with my currency. When I die, I wanna be high. Never worry, just bury me. Got that?
All right, I got it.
Hey, yo. Okay, roll it again.
Okay, so
this time you have it. 5, 6, 7. When I die, I wanna be high. Never worry, just bury me along with my currency. When I die, I wanna be high. Never worry, just bury me along with my currency. When I die, I wanna be high. Never worry, just bury me along with my currency.
I wanna be high. Never worry, just bury me. And that's forever, my Lord. We take it to Lord. We build it to crawl so we can have it. Feel it to all. We kill it to all. Walls, walls. It's like records up in the wall. Guns, checkers at the wall. Guns, rushes,
What's going on, man?
Driver's license and registration?
Damn, I can't believe this.
We got a witness that saw you running from the crime scene, throwing something into that field. Now, if we find that something was a gun, you're as good as fried. Unless you come clean with us.
We're talking to you, scumbag! I don't even know how I got here.
This must be getting very painful for you. How about you tell me the truth? Maybe I can help you.
All we're asking for is your cooperation, Dwayne. Just tell us what you know.
Dwayne? Who you calling Dwayne? Y'all got the wrong man.
Bastard screwing with us.
Do you know who I am? Do you? I'm Marvin. I'm Marvin Gardens.
Sorry, I didn't recognize you.
It's all right. Damn. Listen, man, what's going on around here? Where's the other cops? What's going on?
Mr. Gardens.
Yes.
Think I can have your autograph? For my little sister? Sorry about what happened.
No. That's okay, man. I'm just having a hard day.
Thanks. Apologies again.
The way you're describing these shifts in consciousness, Marvin, it sounds like what we call a fugue state.
Whatever it is, it ain't real. It's like a nightmare. But, you know, like I'm still awake. And 1 second, bam, I'm in this life. And then another second, I'm in like a whole nother life. And I'm getting grilled about shooting some cop.
You said these cops call you Dwayne?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Was it a nickname from your childhood or an old friend you might have forgotten about?
No.
You mentioned that you grew up in the projects. Were you in a gang?
No. I was not in a gang. My mother would have killed me.
Fair enough. Were you ever arrested? Or maybe you were involved with a crime that you got away with?
Look, Doc, I don't know where you're going with these questions.
I'm trying to find a suppressed memory, Marvin. Something from your past. A reason why you might have created this elaborate fantasy world.
Well, I thought fantasies was about good stuff, not bad stuff.
Usually they are. I'm curious, Marvin. You ever fear losing everything you have?
And ending up back on the street? Hell yeah, every damn day. I mean, that's what keeps me so hungry. I mean, I work too hard to get where I am, and I am never going back. Never. Junior. Junior, it's not funny. Where did you get this gun from? Huh? I'm talking to you. Where do you get this gun from?
Cousin Trey left it here. I was gonna give it back.
Man, I'm sorry I'm yelling at you like that, but you know how I feel about guns. I don't like guns. Guns are not for playing with. They're very serious things. You understand? People get hurt with guns every day. People get killed with guns every day.
Daddy, have you ever seen anybody get shot?
Jay, there's another world out there that I worked hard to leave behind. And I don't want guns or any part of that world in our life here. Got that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You understand me, right? You do? Well, guess what? I love you so much. My
I love
little
you
boy.
too.
Good. All right, so it's bedtime for you. Here, it's comfortable. Yeah, right. Get under the covers, man. You ain't funny. Good night, okay? Sleep tight. Good night.
Night, Daddy.
You know I'm proud of you. I didn't actually think you talked to Dr. Sinclair.
Well, I can't have those visions anymore, so...
Marvin, you worry too much.
Yeah, I'm a worrier, I guess. You know, it's just my nature. Well, the doctor gave me some pills. Said it would help me focus better on the here and now.
Sounds good. Feels like they're working to me.
Don't you pass out on me, you punk. I'm not through with you.
Your time is running out, Dwayne. And so is my patience.
Here, let me help you. Here, drink some water. Doesn't have to be like this, Dwayne.
Stop calling me Dwayne. My name is Marvin Gardens.
And I'm Jasmine.
That's right, you are Jasmine, my wife. In my real life,
What real life are you talking about?
come on, Jasmine, I'm a millionaire. I'm famous. I live in a mansion.
You live in the projects, Dwayne, with your mother and your sister.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Come on. You know how it works? Good cop, bad cop. Now, if you don't write out a confession, I can't help you anymore.
Look, I'm not gonna confess to something I did not do. I'm not a cop killer.
I really wish I could believe you, Dwayne. I really do.
Jasmine, come back. Jasmine! Jasmine, don't leave. Jasmine.
Relax, baby. I'm just going to get you some water. Come on now.
Oh, you were there this time. You were there this time.
What do you mean?
In my vision. In my vision, you were there and you were a good cop, but you were trying to get me to confess.
Did you confess?
What you mean, did I confess? No, I didn't confess because I didn't do nothing. I never did nothing in this life or no other life. How come nobody believes me?
Okay, Marvin, you're really starting to scare me now.
Uncle, just... It's the record. It's just the record. I gotta get it done. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. It's stressing me out a lot right now. Come back over here, please. Just come back over here. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. What are you doing? Come here. I'm gonna finish this record tomorrow and... Oh, just wait. You just wait. All right.
Okay.
You just wait and see. It's gonna be all better than all right.
Okay.
Well, I plan to take the world by mysterious. I ain't feeling this. I gave it a while before y'all reeling this off your tongue. Ever since I was young, the actual wanted to dope. Don't you know I rip scenes and leave a bent from any state to continent. For mad dollars and cents, and then immense my thoughts to paragraphs, days of grace like Arthur Ashe. To put me six with my cash, I smoke crack.
What's up, y'all feeling that?
Yo, that was off the chain, dog.
Yo, dog, that was tight. We'll do that verse again, right?
Cool. Let's do it again. Well, I plan to take the world by mysterious. Half ain't feeling this. Before I'm reeling this off your tongue.
What the hell are you stopping for?
Yo, he fell, man. Yo, Marvin, what happened?
I'm telling you, Doc, these pills don't work. It's like they're making the vision stronger.
We could increase the dosage.
No, forget it. I want a specialist. I don't care how much it costs. I want the best shrink that money can buy. You hear me?
Oh, I hear you, all right. And I'd like to help you. But you're not giving me anything here, Dwayne. I've given you every opportunity to come clean with me. But you seem incapable of telling me the truth. This is your last chance, Dwayne. Either you tell me that you killed that cop, or me and the detective here, we're gonna leave this room and we're gonna let the officer here finish up the interrogation. His way.
This ain't happening to me. This ain't my life.
Hey! Your life is gonna be over if you don't snap out of it right now.
My name is Marvin Gardens, and I'm no criminal.
Marvin, are you okay? You have had a real breakthrough here. I think we need to dig deeper.
No. We don't need nothing, man. I don't need you. I don't need your stupid questions or your worthless pills. I don't need any of it. You know why? Because I got everything right here. I got the talent. I got the will. I made this life. I deserve this life. And nobody's gonna take it from me. Hey, yo!
Hey, there you are. Just getting worried about you.
Oh, don't worry about me. I mean, my kids. That's right. Finishing up my record.
Are you really done?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm just getting started. Because when the record come out, we're gonna be moving to a much, much bigger place. Twice as big as this one. Really? Did you hear what I just told your mom? Put that down. Did you hear what I just told your mama, little man? I got you. I got you. Yeah, you ready to celebrate with mama? Huh? We going flying. We gonna go crazy. We going all over the place, too. We going to Belgium for waffles.
Baby, what about those visions?
From now on, the only visions I'm gonna be seeing is how fortunate I am to have you and him and everything. It don't get no better than this.
Yeah.
He's alive, but his mind snapped. You went too far, Sinclair.
Hey, did what I had to do.
You're not gonna believe this, but Metro just picked up the shooter. Got a confession and everything. Dwayne's innocent.
Oh, man. Get a paramedic in here. What the hell are you looking at me for? How was I supposed to know he was telling the truth? What is it?
Looks like lyrics. When I die, I want to be high. Never worry. Just bury me along with my currency.
For Dwayne Grant, a.k.a. Marvin Gardens. Justice was just an illusion.
I made this life.
So he escaped into an illusion of his own making.
And I deserve this life.
Dwayne Grant, living out his dreams in the Twilight Zone.
Nobody's gonna